We know what it's like to have really tough conversations, difficult experiences with people. We know what it's like for relationships to go poorly. We know what it's like to suffer because of broken relationships, whether those broken relationships are in the family, in the community, or in a workplace context, or in a larger society. And that suffering is hard. And so part of the reason we do what we do is to offer a little bit of hope, offer some skills, offer a bit of wisdom around how we live our lives together as people so that the day-to-day life runs just a little bit more smoothly. And so really the great joy that we experience, all of us who train in this program, is watching people feel confident, empowered, joyful, hopeful around dealing with tough conversations, whether as a third party or as someone who's dealing with things directly. We hear questions like, how do you deal with conflict when the person on the other side doesn't want to deal with it? Or what do you do when you're prepared to forgive, but the other side doesn't want to? Or how do you deal with a really difficult group of people? We sometimes work with leaders who are managing departments where the department is just deeply in conflict with each other. And so the leader comes looking for guidance and support through our workshops on how to transform a workplace which is really, really challenged. We also experience questions related to, why is it so hard? And what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Help me to figure out what I need to do differently. 3 words that I would use to describe my work. One would be to regard all people with whom I encounter, all systems that I encounter, all organizations, all workplaces, and so forth, through this lens of unconditional positive regard. That defines everything that I do, it defines everything that our team does, and I think it defines the experience that people have when they come to our workshops. Another word that I would use to apply to our work is that we strive to be thought leaders. We want to offer insights, depth. We want to offer people in this workshop a way of engaging this material which generates aha moments. We've even had people who come to this workshop who will say, you know what, I've heard some of this stuff before, but I heard it in a new way this time. Or I heard it in a different way, and I'm walking home with some tools that I can apply really readily when I go back to my workplace or my home or my community after having been here. And I think a spirit of fun. When people come to these workshops, they talk about them as though, yes, they learned something, and they also had fun while being here. And part of it is because of the interaction between the instructor and the participants, but also it's the interaction between the participants. We try to create a learning space where people learn from each other as well as from the instructor. There's something that happens in the program, and I think it's the unconditional positive regard. It's the sense that we care for people at a really whole level, and we accept people as they are, and we take those conversations through that lens of acceptance into a place of depth where people walk out of these workshops with a sense of, oh, that's how the world works. We don't answer every question of how the world works, but we at least put our toe in that water, that people walk away thinking that they just know something that they didn't know before, or that they know it maybe in a new way, or that they've been cared for as they have learned these new things, and they've been accepted as they've learned these things. There's a secret sauce that adds to the content and the skill of what we do. Yes, people walk away with learning, but they also walk away with a kind of a sense of, yeah, that was worth it. That was worth it.